Welcome back, everyone. I've got an incredible match for y'all today on Spear Evoker, the new Elite Specialization from Gw2's Visions of Eternity. Having a ton of fun playing this class, and I didn't think I'd have a match for you guys this morning, but then I happened to play this one. This was my first match of the day, so my reaction time is a little slow, which, by the way, you can see that I get Moa'd here right out the gate. I use the Gw2 skill to leap away. That can be a good one to get out of combat, but thankfully my buddy there, looks like our Berserker was on top of that Mesmer, so he wasn't able to capitalize much on that Moa there. So anyways, I get into a skirmish here. Now notice how comfortable I am in the 1v2, now turning 1v3. Look at all of that barrier. Did you guys see that on my health bar? Let me just rewind so that y'all see that. There is a lot of barrier. Watch my health bar. Boom, that's about 5,000. My play button is kind of in the way, but 5,499, and I put all that pressure still on the enemy team. That was from my elite skill there. The elite skill is great for an AoE cast, especially on a node, but anytime enemies are bunched up and they're trying to get close to you, they think they're going to get a kill. So anyways, okay, you can see I push in there, I get the kill on the Amalgam, and then the Revenant is trying to res him there, or at least his name says I am not a Revenant, so we're going to pretend like he's not a Revenant. Anyways, okay, so we get the kill on the Amalgam, which is the Engineer Elite spec from Visions of Eternity. And then we're trying to finish off this Revenant. He's got some blocks, which are pretty strong against Spear Ellie, but in any case, we're able to kind of whittle him down, try and get the kill there. I noticed that my buddy is down over there, so I actually went, I don't know if you guys noticed that, I misclicked there. My skill, the utility skill here for the Elite spec, it is not an instant cast, and I treated it like Armor of Earth. I'm running the trait. By the way, I am going to show you guys the build at the end of the video. It's the same as the last video that I was using. I only made one minor change, but I will show you guys the video. But I have stability whenever I use my Evoker Earth utility there. I keep forgetting the name of it. But yeah, I tried to instant cast to get stability to stomp, but it doesn't work that way. It has a half a second cast. So I ended up getting punished there, and ultimately I ended up dying. So we do get the teammate up. At this point we get another kill. So we're ahead on points because we've gotten more kills overall, but they own the side nodes. Now any second now our Berserker is going to go AFK, and this is going to turn into a 4v5. It looks like he is not AFK just yet. So right here I actually want to explain this strategy. So let me back this up. If you guys will take a peek at the minimap. So this is the guy here, this Mirage, who just took our home. Our Mesmer's going home. Our Warrior just came off the spawn. There's no reason for me to go home here, so I need to go right back to mid. Ultimately, right here, it would have been wise probably to stay at mid and try and guard it for the next players that were coming in. Sometimes it's hard to tell, you know, where the enemy is going to rotate, but you never really want to leave nodes open, so I'd say that was a little bit of a mistake on my part. I was just concerned that, you know, maybe our Mesmer was going to go home and then lose the duel to their Mirage, so I wanted to be there for that, and I wasn't paying attention to our Warrior coming off respawn, but if you were to pay attention to those things, it could save you a lot. So once again, take a look at this 1v2. Absolutely obliterating. You can get really good kills from your elite, especially if you've gotten some of your enemy's stuns out, stun breaks, excuse me, which this build really excels at because there's a lot of dazes, stuns, and general CC. So anyways, I get one down here. I'm trying to finish this guy as fast as I can, but I can't finish him as fast as the enemy does, finishes our guy, that is. And so and I get Moa'd again here, my reaction time being a little bit slow this morning. So I want to rewind this though and show you guys. I didn't know this for a long time. Pay attention to that. The minute that icon appears above your head, you are about to get Moa'd and you need to dodge roll or block or do something. Actually, that's a good question. Somebody leave in the comments. I don't think Moa is unblockable, but let me know in the comments if it is. Haven't played enough Mesmer, certainly not enough Moa Mesmer to remember if it's unblockable or not. So either way, typically how you want to avoid it is by dodging, and thankfully I didn't die there. As I said earlier, number 2 in Moa is pretty good because it can allow you to leap away, and then also, you know, just utilize your dodge rolls and usually you'll be fine. So right here as I'm capping this node, I'm putting my Spear 2 from air onto him, which is going to pulse damage on him. I just don't want him to port away and have me, you know, have to climb up there and finish him off. So I'm kind of trying to bleed him partially and get extra value out of the kill, but at the same time, you know, I don't want to allow him to get up or a teammate to come res him or something like that. So now at this point, if you take a peek at the mini-map, our warrior is officially AFK. And we're a little bit behind right now on points. So I really have to come through here. I immediately use my Arcane Wave to stun him, and then I drop my Elite there, and you'll see that that allows me to get 1 kill, and then it's just finishing off this Herald, this Revenant again. So dropping my Fire AoE. The Fire 5 skill, especially charged, is great to put on a node. And look at that barrier, by the way, 7,323. That was not all from me. That was definitely from our Troubadour, which is interesting. Even though this build can generate a lot of barrier. So right there, I was playing patiently. This is actually a good teaching moment too. So as I come up to here, you'll see just there that I saw the amalgam. Now right here, I am waiting. I am not dodge rolling, I'm not casting anything, I'm waiting for him to do something, and I'm going to react accordingly. I have all of my cooldowns, I'm extremely tanky, there's no reason for me to try anything. I want to see, is he going to continue running home? Is he going to turn around and try to fight me? Is he going to come back to mid? What's going to happen here? And so I wait, and he dodge rolls, and now I can open on him. That is, sometimes that's a good way to start, you know, if you watch some of the top players playing. In fact, I'm going to give a quick shout out to Salos here, if anybody has seen his streams on Twitch. He plays very different from the way that I've seen a lot of people play, in that he will literally just stand still and wait for an animation from the enemy, and then, you know, use whatever ability he thinks is good. And, you know, sometimes doing nothing is the best thing to do. Anyways, I get Moa'd again. Again, slow reaction time, not paying attention to the Moas, and I get punished. So, but, you know, hopefully you guys can see, you know, if I didn't get Moa'd here, if I just paid a little bit more attention, this is a 1v3, and my health is barely going down. You know, and I can sit there, and honestly, I probably could have generated a kill. You saw the health of the Mesmer there. So, again, hopefully that's a good showcase for this build. Let's fast forward a little bit here. So, if we're peeking at the mini-map real quick, you can see that I have a guy down at mid, and we're winning far, presumably, because we have several enemies there, or several friendly players there. I'm at home, we've got 1 dead, we've got 1 on spawn, so we've got Thief and Mesmer at far, capping far. They appear to be winning as the Mesmer leaves. So I know I can cap home and hopefully get us 2 nodes, and if anybody tries to attack me, even if multiple enemies try to attack me, I should be able to kill them, you know, and win the 1v2, presumably here. So I cap the node, a couple of enemies come inbound, I see the core necro, I'm plussed by a Mesmer, so at this point we want to get these kills and start snowballing the opponents. And if you take a peek at the mini-map there as well, you'll notice that the Mesmer is going mid, and we've given up far, which is not too sure why that happened, but in any case it did. And once again, extremely strong in this 1v2, 2v2 type situation, generating a pretty quick kill on one of them, and then the core necro here is running out of cooldowns, and we've got plenty of stuns, so I'm watching for that heal, see if I can interrupt the heal. At this point, even though we win the 2v2, the Mesmer comes in and decaps our home, so that's not good. But our Thief is at far, we've got a duel happening at mid. So now I'm just trying to play careful. Again, looking for all these interrupts. Look at all those interrupts. That is such a good example of this build. Let's watch this one more time. I want y'all to watch each time he gets interrupted, and I'm going to try and call it out. So I started off with a Fire 4, trying to put pressure on him. And then I leap in to stun. I pop my familiar there, it misses. I pop it again, I stun him. Pop it again, I stun him. I'm in air, so I could have stunned him again by picking him up with air 4. And instead I get Moa'd again. So desperately trying to survive here. So pop my Armor of Earth to get the protection. And I tried to leap out there with my Water 3, but unfortunately I get myself killed for the second time. So we're going to fast forward this just a hair. And now once again, take a peek at the mini map here. So this is crucial. I have to ask myself, okay, where am I going to be the most value? Again, this is a 4v5 here. Where am I going to provide the most value for my team? Do I go home? Do I go far to help with this fight? Or do I go mid to defend? What I decided is that I'm going to go mid, because I knew, you can see that enemy right up there and the one that had appeared on the minimap. I knew that they were going to be trying to take mid, and I was hoping that we would take home, that we would hold far, and that I could come and cap and take mid. So popping my elite again for the quick kill, jump up and hit the Mirage there. Way too much pressure for him to overcome. And then the Virtuoso pluses, and this is where I actually make a bit of a blunder. So I'm stunning this guy and I miss my jump up top there, and then I mess up the jumping puzzle to get up. I go for the stun and it's not happening. So now I have to face two Mesmers, who I believe are both running MOA, which I haven't had great success with, and sure enough, I get MOA'd there. Dodge roll onto the stairs, pop my heal, and then once again trying to get a kill here. So these guys are low, thankfully my team is coming. So dodge through the burst of the Virtuoso there. My team gets the other Mesmer down, who is low on cooldowns. I finally drop a Fire 4 on this guy and get him down. Now I'm peeking at my minimap, going, okay, where's the most value? My team doesn't cap, so I kind of started to cap until they swapped me. Then I decide, you know what, let's go far. Let's try and catch some of the respawns and see if we can extend our lead here, because we're starting to get ahead. Okay, so Necro's rotating around to mid, and I'm afraid that the Amalgam here is going to try and go to our home. I don't want to lose home. I put some pressure on him, and he starts rotating up to mid. So now I'm going to chase him, and we're going to open a team fight here at mid. He uses his flamethrower on me. I use my utility to give me some protection and barrier to cut through that. Then I drop my elite since they're both bunched up, and I stun them with Arcane Wave and pop a couple more stuns. And with my teammate here, we get the kill. By the way, the warrior did make it back into the match here right at the end. So we get those 2 kills, and at that point, that is pretty much the game. Alright guys, so here's the build. The only change from last time is that I'm running Sigil of Savagery instead of Exploitation for the longer stun duration, and then having 3% damage against those stunned foes. This also counts for days. So yeah, that's what I'm running right now. Again, I will be doing a full in-depth guide soon, so y'all stay tuned. There's a few other things that I'm going to be testing as well if we need to make any changes. I just want to make sure this is definitely the best setup for Evoker in terms of what I'm going for with my build here. So yeah, appreciate you guys supporting, and I'll see y'all on the next video. Peace.